But our next cruise, now for those of you that don't like to be too far away from home for whatever reason, it might just be, some people don't like to be the other side of the world, do they? Maybe.
No, absolutely not. I've got a lot of friends who like to stay in the British Isles in the summer. They just think it's so beautiful here, and that's absolutely brilliant. So if you want the luxury of cruising and the experience, but to stay a little nearer and explore our beautiful land, then this is the one for you.
It certainly is. And
our beautiful land.
Well, there's lots of places that I'm ashamed to have not even been to.
Yeah.
You know, I've never been, believe it or not, to Belfast yet. But anyway, let's take you on board with Princess Cruises.
Right, so of course Princess, such a well-known cruise line, and this is her newest ship, the Royal Princess, which was only launched in June 2013, so you can imagine everything is rather pristine and beautiful.
And she was launched, I know, in the UK, but then she spent all her time over in America, hasn't she?
That's right, so it's really lovely to have her in the British Isles. Stunning ship, 141,000 tonnes, carries 3,600 passengers, and actually has balconies on 80% of her cabins, and so really lovely to have lots of outside space. Up on the deck, you've got an adult-only pool, which is surrounded by 7 plush, beautiful cabanas, and you can see the inside the ship as well.
I mean, again,
stunning.
Well, you imagine she's so new, so everything is going to be immaculate.
Absolutely. Look at all that lovely wine to drink as well. Such a, no, but seriously, the choice of the vintages, Sean, is amazing. And again, wonderful food. She is another cruise line that has delicious dining, and you can go traditional and have fixed dining, or you can have the anytime dining.
Just look
That's
at that
up to you.
wonderful fountain display.
Amazing,
as well.
yeah. And they're really well known as well for their movies under the stars. You know, they give you their blanket, so if it's a slightly chilly evening, you get all cozy, and then you can hit the dance floor. I was having a little dance on a cruise ship last week.
I bet you were very good, Gemma.
Yes, had a little lesson going on. It was good.
But I know a lot of you have been desperate to cruise on board the Royal Princess. She has been over in America, but she will be returning to, of course, the British Isles to Southampton next year, so you've got a chance of experiencing this brand new ship that is so beautiful. I mean, look at the staterooms there.
I know. They are like unbelievable hotel rooms, basically. And also, the Royal Princess has got the sea walk, where guests can experience like views to the bridge on an enclosed glass-bottomed walkway that's quite nice as well.
I remember seeing that when Her Royal Highness Kate Middleton actually christened the ship. You saw some images of that, didn't you?
Yeah, wonderful.
Wow. By the way, every single one of you that books right now will get $400 on-board spend as well. I mean, that's a lot of spending.
That is great. You can go to the spa and pamper yourself, or whatever you like. Do a bit of shopping.
You get a lot of shopping. A lot of, a lot of drinks, soft drinks and alcoholic drinks. But what is so nice is that you'll never be far from home. So for those of you that don't, like to be, say, the other side of the world, you're cruising from Southampton, so you can take as much luggage as you like. And actually, one of my favourite ports of all time is actually St. Peter's Port, Guernsey.
Oh, it's
beautiful.
So pretty. Absolutely. This is a chance to, as Sean says, visit a few places that are closer to home that you've probably always wanted to go to, and do them all in one trip. So St. Peter's Port, cobbled streets, beautiful picturesque seafront marina. It really is one of Europe's prettiest harbour towns. And you've got lots of dates on this, haven't you? But you have got the lead date of the 21st of May, so hopefully you'll get some beautiful weather. And then day 3, you're going to Cork as well, which is Ireland's 3rd largest city. I've never been to Cork, have you?
No, I'm ashamed to say I haven't either.
No, I know, and I would absolutely love to. So that is Cork, which we're going to have a look at now. I mean, look at that. Isn't it beautiful? I mean, Ireland is so famous for being so green and lush, and it is, of course, the Emerald Isle, and you can absolutely see that looking at this footage of Cork.
Isn't it ridiculous? I've got so many friends, live in England that have never been over to Ireland.
Well, it is, and when you think that probably a lot of people might have been nowadays to Rome or to Spain or something, but then you've got all of this, like, relatively nearby, and just really fantastic. And everybody I do know who goes to Ireland on a holiday has the most fantastic time. Great atmosphere, lovely, lovely people, and beautiful countryside and scenery. Look at that, it's exquisite.
And remember, this is only part of the 12-night cruise, because we're then making our way over to Dublin.
Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty. Loads to do in Dublin, including visiting the famous St Patrick's Cathedral and the Halfpenny Bridge there that you can see. You've got the lake there, and of course you can go to places like Trinity College as well. I would say a must. You've got to have a pint of Guinness somewhere along the way.
Yes.
I think you've got to. It's sort of traditional, isn't it?
Just the one, Gemma?
Just the one. And then, of course, you see the jail there. Again, look how green it is. It's so famous, but it is so beautiful. You've got various castles to go and visit as well. You could go up to Malahide Castle. You could go to Dublin Castle. You could go and visit the farm. You're going to have such a wonderful time here to spend the day in Dublin. How gorgeous. And then to get back on the ship, and then you're sailing to Belfast.
Oh, you missed out
But in between that, you've got Liverpool. Can't leave Liverpool out.
Liverpool.
And how wonderful to go into the famous docks of Liverpool, where I've been many a time. Absolutely fantastic city. I strongly recommend you go and visit all the sites, you know, where the Beatles first launched themselves. Gotta love Liverpool. Friendly, gorgeous people. The Liver building there.
I haven't been to Liverpool for quite a while, but I was watching the Scylla series recently. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And it is such a great city.
Oh, wonderful
Fantastic
place,
atmosphere.
And then after that, we're off to Belfast. Sorry about that.
We're nipping back up.
We're nipping back over to Ireland at the other end, and we're going to beautiful Belfast. That's, of course, Giant's Causeway, very, very famous. And you've got just the beautiful coast here. The Antrim coast is stunning all along, and again, Belfast Castle, so you've got all your sort of history that you can go and look at, and just famous for its pubs. Again, the atmosphere of the Irish pubs is just wonderful. Go and visit the Botanic Gardens if you want. Carrickfergus Castle is beautiful. Queen's University. So there's a lot to see and do, and then in between you're always getting back on this gorgeous ship. And on day 7 we're going to Greenock, which is a historic industrial town by the Firth of Clyde. It's 25 miles west of Glasgow, basically. Then you're at sea for a day, and then you're arriving in Invergordon, which is on the eastern seaboard of the Highlands of Scotland. So there you can go and visit your maritime history museum. You've got beautiful walks. Loch Ness, of course, go and look for the monster.
I can imagine it just being so relaxing now.
So beautiful, yeah. Amazing fresh air, just absolutely. When you live in a city like I do, you go to places like that, you're just gulping down the fresh air. Just beautiful.
And then over to
one of my favourite cities in the
next.
world.
Chance to visit Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. Oh, just love it. I've been so many times, and I will go again and again and again. There's so much to do and see.
I even thought about living there at one point.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to. I'd absolutely love. That's, of course, the famous Edinburgh military tattoo, which is just at the bottom of the castle, which does light up at night, which is wonderful. And they fire the cannon every day from the top of the castle. But you've got Princes Street as well, which is kind of the main buzzy bit of Edinburgh. It's beautiful. And then day 11, you're at sea. And then day 12, just to round off your cruise very nicely, you're sailing into Le Havre, from where you can go to Paris, of course, or you could go the other way, go to Rouen, or go and visit the D-Day beaches, which my dad did actually only last week, and he was saying how absolutely amazing it was. He was really blown away by the history. So if you've been to Paris loads of times before, you've got other options, and if you haven't, of course, got to go and see the Eiffel Tower and all the famous landmarks.
And then, of course, back to Southampton.
Yeah.
Remember, you only need a deposit only tonight, and every single one of you will get free $400 on board spend. And she's a brand new ship, so she was only launched last year with, of course, Her Royal Highness Kate Middleton, and she's only just coming back to the UK. She's been over in America, of course, and I know, you know, reading in the press and the media, she's such a highly respected ship.
Yes, and we saw a picture there of the Sanctuary, which is an adults-only area. Just talk about tranquility, but of course they do cater for the children as well. It's one of those that no matter who you are, what age you are, this ship has got something for you.
Well, let's just remind you of everything that is included tonight. So, again, I mentioned a big on-board spend. You can also add a night at the Mearn Valley Marriott in Southampton. We'll talk about that in a second, but we've got a special deal. So for just £70 per person, you'll get parking and all of your port transfers. So parking for 12 nights, really worth going for that. 12 nights on board the Royal Princess, and we have got, say, a few different departure dates, and the itineraries will differ slightly depending on the date that you actually choose. But I did mention about the Mearn Valley Marriott Hotel. I always stay there from cruising from Southampton, and here I am to prove it. Planet Cruise have a great partnership with the Marriott Mearn Valley 4-star hotel here in Southampton. Bed, breakfast, free car parking, transfers to and from the port are actually all included. Now, I arrived earlier yesterday. I had someone take care of my bags. I went for a swim. I had the most amazing night's sleep, and I've just finished off a hearty breakfast. And now, with my car safely parked, I'm about to take the chauffeur-driven shuttle to Southampton Port, which is a mere 12 miles away. And then when my cruise is over, they'll drop me off here and I can drive safely home. And they really do look after Planet Cruise customers. You know, we have hundreds, if not thousands, of say, Planet Cruise customers stay there, and you will be very, very looked after. And I think what's nice is you relax. You know, your holiday...
Your holiday's begun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like a night in a hotel.
I do.
Love it, and a nice breakfast.
Yes, the breakfast is very, very nice, as are the beds, actually.